Hi, Chamber Orchestra First Violins. This is a practice video for Swan Lake. It's a lot, so we're going to take this in small chunks and piece this thing together. So here we go. We're starting at the very beginning. Remember, we're in the key of A major, 3 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and we're starting up in 5th position. So be careful as you're coming down this scale, pizzicato, that you have that G sharp on the E string, and then high 3 G sharp. At the end of this line, you're going to shift up to 4th position on a 1 on your B, then just put your 4th finger down for the E, and that's the whole thing. So here we go, just the first line so far. Find your 5th position. You put your 1 where your 3 in 3rd is. We're on a C sharp, and we're starting on a high F sharp. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Excuse my really, really bad pizzicato on a violin. My E string's really close to my fingerboard. All right, so easy, no problem. It's just a scale going down in the key of A. All right, our next chunk is going to involve measure 19 through 36. Watch out again, high 3s for C sharp. Use a 4th finger, not an open D, so you can stay on the G string the entire time. You have some high ones for A sharp, and then in measure 33 and 34, as it's written, G sharp, low 1, and F double sharp, that little X is a double sharp, that's an open G, and then back to low 1 again. All right, so here we go, counting in 1, measure 19. 1, 2, 3, 1. Very nice. All right. Make sure again that's all in tune on the G string. Now we do the same thing, but a little bit higher. Here's 36, and we're going to stop at 51. Sorry, pick up to 36. 1, 2, 3, 1. Notice for those 8th rests, I lift my bow up a little bit so you get a break in the sound, put a little sniff in there. Also notice back there we had some A sharp low 1s and use a 4th finger instead of an open E. All right, so now here's our next section. We're going to take 51 up to about 60, right where the divisi starts happening. So at 51, we've got some bowing things to be concerned about. You have some double down bows, and we're going to be shifting to 3rd position towards the end of this little chunk with a high 1 for an A sharp. So we're starting at 51 and stopping at measure 60. All right, fortissimo here. Again, G sharp, high 2 on the E string. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I missed a shift in there. Sorry, you're going to go to 3rd position a little earlier. I didn't put that fingering in. Okay, let's try that one out actually one more time because that starts getting a little tricky. Short little bows, use a lot of bow pressure to stop the bow cleanly on those 8ths. Here's 51 again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good, I accidentally hooked that, ignore my bowing there. And now we get to the divisi. So first I'm going to do the bottom notes. I put the fingering in, you're going to start on a low 2. Think of a B sharp as a C natural if you want to. Then instead of going low 2, high 2 and smearing that, you're going to go low 2, low 3, and then cross over to the E string. So here we go. This is measure 61, the bottom divisi. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I messed that up. I'm sorry. Let me go back again. It goes to C sharp, high 2 in the next after those first 2 measures. Sorry about that. This is 61 again. Low 2, B sharp, and... Okay, so that's your part. Not too bad. Just watch again like I messed up. Go to the C sharp in the 3rd measure of it. Now, upper people, upper divisi, you're going to start in 5th position. Again, you want to think of that B sharp as a C natural as well. So that is just 5th position, but you're on a C natural. And then you're going to move your 1 up in the 2nd measure, or sorry, 3rd measure to a C sharp. and kind of just do an extended 4. Last time you're going to go up to a little bit higher up to 6th position, put a 3 there, and then a 4 in the last measure. So let's do this slow for a minute to get the notes. Okay, there's your C natural, aka B sharp. So note at a time, here's B sharp, C sharp, half step, F sharp, again, then C sharp, again, but this time G sharp, and then here's your A, G sharp, F sharp, and then an E. And again, you can check and see if that's your harmonic or not. And of course, as you can see, you're just an octave higher than the bottom people. Okay, so let's try this in time now, upper people. Here's your B sharp. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to do that again because I was not very well in tune. Sorry, here's another chance. And... okay, and again, do the bottom part a bunch of times so you can get that in your ear. All right, here we are at 67. This is the exact same thing as what you played until like the last measure or two. So I'm just going to play through this whole section now up to 83, and I'm going to play the upper notes, the upper divisi, when we get to 77. So here's 67 through 83. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's that part, 2 times in a row. All right, now we're at 83. This part is not too bad. You're in 3rd position. Think in 2s. Nobody has the downbeat, so it's going to feel a little awkward, but just think 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 for all these half notes and ties. We will repeat this. So here's the section at 83 up to 99 with each part repeated. Here you go, 83, 1, 2, 3, 1. Repeat. Repeat. Okay, so that's that part you notice the second time. There's an open A. The bracket means to play both notes at the same time. And now we get to the fun part. Here's 99. We're going to take this in 3rd position. You're going to be moving your 1 around a little bit because it goes from A to A sharp and back and forth. So careful there, from a regular 1 to a high 1 in 3rd position. Obviously, we're going to do this really slow right now. No slurs. We're going to take this 1 note at a time. Starting in 3rd, like I said, watch out, we're shifting to 5th position at measure 102. Then back to 3rd. Upper people, at the end of the section, the end of the page, you're going to go up to 7th position, but then you have to come right back down to 3rd when we repeat at 99 again. All right, so here is 99, note by note, it's really slow. So find your 2 in 3rd position, really slow 8th notes, 1 and 2 and. Right, so it's just an arpeggio at the end. E, G sharp, and A. There you go. All right, so now let's do that a little faster. As you notice, when you have an A sharp, make sure it's right next to your 2 for a half step. Still no slurs, but a little quicker. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Get that half step a little tighter. Okay, so now, of course, practice that over and over as many times as you need to until you can get up to this speed with the slurs. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yay, you did it! All right, and obviously bottom people there. Just go down to first position for the last couple notes. Okay, so now we go on to 107, which is pretty much the same, I believe. You're going to do that similar. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's just that you're up in fifth position a lot more. Upper people, actually everybody, sorry, there's parentheses in the 1, 2, 3, fourth measure, but everybody just go ahead and play that eighth position stuff, the upper notes. It's easier than shifting back and trying to jump back up to third and fifth. All right, so here's 107. Again, let's go back to no slurs, very slow. Find your 1 and third position, just note by note. Here we go, third and then jumping to fifth. Okay, so that's that. So yeah, it goes up pretty high, but just keep your half steps together. It's just for that one measure. And then you're just noodling around fifth position, those 3 fingers. It's not bad. All right, so a little faster at 107. 1 and 2 and 3 and... Okay, and careful, I've been a little flat on that third position shift back. That is a little hard. All right, so now, here's what you're aiming for. This is it tempo with the slurs. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna try that again. That did not work out well, sorry. All right, here's 107 at tempo with the slurs again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, for my own vindication, I'm going to do that one last time, so I'm not so awkward about that shift. Sorry. Here's 107 again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think that was worse. But anyway, you get the idea. Practice it slow, and then eventually get up to that speed. Little tiny shifts. All right, the next 2 measures are not bad. Stay in third position. And at tempo. Oops. And then you get into that part. Okay, so moving ahead, 121 is similar to that stuff at 90, was it 3, 2, and 91 and 83. So let's skip that part for right now. You guys know that by this point. 137 is the same as over at 15, so you know that section. Same deal with the low 1, G sharp, F double sharp open G. 169 is the same as back at 51. You know that stuff. And it just repeats itself again. So that's the first 2 pages. Good job. No, moving on to page 3 and 4. Okay, so here's 201. We change key at this point. We're going to 1 flat, B flat. So careful now. Get rid of all those sharps. Everything is low for your 2s. You have a low 1 on the E string and the A string for B flat. And let's take a minute and talk about what's happening here with these 8th notes at the top of the page. So you're using a 1st and 4th finger pattern in different positions. Every measure is going to be moving your 1st finger. So here's what we're doing. So this is measure 201, 2, 3, 4, 5. Measure 205. You're starting in 2nd position, so you put your 1 where your low 2 usually is. So there's my G. Put your 4th finger down, there's your C. Just go back and forth between those 2 notes. Okay, so that was where my low 2 was from 1st position. I'm going to move up just a half step, think of your A flat as a G sharp if you like. So I'm going to put my 2 now where my high 2, I'm putting my 1 where my high 2 used to be in first position. So this is A flat to C, A flat to D flat, or you can think from G sharp to C sharp. Okay, so those 2 notes. So again, you're going from here, up a half step. Now you're going up another half step. This is normal third position. Go back a half step to that G sharp or A flat. Only do 2 of them though, and then you go back to second. Just that one again. Actually, you're kind of already in second for the one you just played. But anyway, here's that sequence slowly. Second position. Move up a half step. Another half step up. Half step back. Half step back. All right, and in time it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like that, and be careful how it changes on that last beat of the line. All right, and then the next line you do the exact same thing again. Close to the same thing. It starts off that same pattern. Move up. Up again. Back. Back. And then end on a 2 on the A. So that last measure is just a little bit different. You're moving 3 times instead of just once. Okay, so here's 201 through the first ending at tempo. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so it sounds pretty cool, but you just have to be smooth about your shifts, going half step, half step, half step. All right, so work on that quite a bit. Now we're moving on to 218. Nothing too tricky here. I'll be playing the upper notes, third position up to fourth position, and then back again. So here's 218. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was a disaster. I'm so sorry. Here's the first ending. Oh, no. Okay, so take that, look at that for a minute. The bowing will throw your beats off completely. It's totally offset. All right, here's the first ending back up to tempo again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you go right back to 218. The second ending is similar into that part. And then from 236 to 252, it's the same as back at 201. So you can work on that part. 252 now. Let's look at this section. Nothing too awful here, just some scales. Watch out for some accidental C sharps. So here's 252. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. And then the second ending, use your fourth finger. And actually, I'll take that back. You should probably shift to third position if you want to a little early, because at 269 you'll notice it says Sul G. That means to play on the G string for that entire section. Well, not the entire section, we're just going to do a couple measures worth. So you need to be in third position on a second finger on the G. And we're going to be shifting up to fifth position later on in this section. So here's 269. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, the first time I played that too high, I believe. Let's go back to the fortissimo at 279. So playing 279. This is these 3 quarter notes going up. 1 in 3rd position, the D, low 2, go to 5th position 1, then a low 3, 2, next line, just a normal 4 for an F, and then 3, 3rd position. Okay, so that's how that section went. Okay, so here we are at 287, similar to 252, but you've got some more 8th notes to worry about at the bottom here. Let's see how this goes. We're going to try to get all the way up to 321, and then we'll probably backtrack and get some of these 8ths at a slower tempo, make sure all the accidentals are right. All right, so here's 287 at tempo, and then we'll backtrack. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That teaches me to try to do this without practicing it first. All right, let's go back and figure out all this stuff. All right, we're starting at 305. That's where it starts to get a little nasty with all your accidentals, some G sharps and all that. So let's go back to no slurs and just take this note at a time, and then watch your 3rd position, 2nd position, then 3rd position shifts coming up in a few measures. So again, this is 305. Measure 305, slow, 1 and 2 and 3 and. Sorry, that's supposed to be a G natural. 2, 12, 13, 14. 2, 14. You hear that G natural to A sharp, step and a half, and then half step here. Okay, so let's do that measure again. That's 2, 14. 2nd position, crossover, stay in 2nd. 4th finger on that same string. High 1, 2, crossover. Now 3rd position, high 4, and then repeat. Last time, and then 321 rather, half step higher up to your E harmonic. Okay, so let's go back and try that now with slurs and a little quicker. This is 305 again. Again, watch all these accidentals. Remember, even in this first measure at 305, that the G sharp at the end of the measure is still sharp from a couple notes earlier. Mark some more fingerings if you need to. All right, so here's 305 with the slurs, but a little bit under tempo. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Oop, messed that up. I did it again. See, I'm going to have to mark my own part because I keep missing that G natural. Okay, sorry. Let's go back to 312, top of the page. 1 and 2 and 3 and. There's E. All right, so now let's put it to the test to see if we can go back up to tempo. We're going to start at 299, 300, 301. Measure 301 is the beginning of all your 8ths. You're on your C sharp on the G string. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Did it again. All right, that's gonna take some work. That's hard. Where was that measure I kept messing up? Was that 307? 308? I think that was it. I keep wanting to put an extra finger in or something. Whatever, you guys are gonna have to work on that a lot too. Okay, so now we're at 321. Key change, back to A major again. So circle that key change. And here we are at 321. We're up on our 4 harmonic, jumping back to 3rd position, go back to your harmonic, and back and forth. So we're going to take this up to right where all those eighths start. So 341-ish, 340 will stop. So here's 321. Once the bell stops ringing. All right, so think in twos again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I lost my count. Sorry, here's 321 again. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Haha. And then we're way up on a B flat. Kind of made it. All right, let's do that again. That is tricky with those eighth notes. All right, back to 321. Actually, I take that back. Let's just do the eighth note measures. This is 326, 27, 28, 328. Slow, we're in 3rd position. Go to a low 2 for your D sharp, so cross it over to low 2. Normal 2, G sharp, 1. So it'll go now at tempo. Okay, so that's a little tricky. And now this little climb thing going up. Let's go to 334. It's the last measure of that line. Still in 3rd position. You're going to start on a high 1, though, with your D sharp. Then a 2, high 4, 1. Bottom people, you get to go down to just stay on 3rd and go to your 3. Top people, you're going to play that last 3, that C sharp, as a 1 and 3rd. And then a 4th finger for F sharp. Okay, so let's do that measure again. This is 334. Double checking. All right. Now the next one, we're going to go up a whole step. So we're going to start out at E sharp now instead, on a 1. Bottom people, you can stay in 3rd because you don't have to get up to that really high G. So this is for top people fingering. All right, E sharp. Half step, you're going to move up 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, G natural. Okay, let's do that again. So E sharp. Here's your 1, 1, 3, 3. Yep, made it. You can check it, by the way. Just go back down an octave. Okay, last sequence, it's 355, 6, 7, 8, 338, sorry, 338. This is 5th position now on the A string for top people. Bottom people, again, you're just in 3rd position. 1, 2, high 3, 4, 2, G sharp. Okay, so you're going to be like that. All right, so I'm going to finish this in another video for all those crazy eighth notes in just a minute.